Hello, day 61. It's good to be here. I can feel that full moon coming. We have a full moon and a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. Our sun is moving in Virgo until the 22nd of September. And our full moon in Pisces that I was just referring to is Monday. So that is I've got my dates here. I'm sorry, Tuesday the 17th. Thinking of Monday because have a cacao circle Monday in the salt cave here, gathering around in community, drinking heart medicine, cacao, and sharing what in the world our weather is, astrologically speaking, and doing a meditation and being in community is one of my most favorite things to do around the new and full moon. So I hope you will join us. If you're able to, 6:30 to 8:30 Prana Salt Cave. Come be in one of my most favorite spaces, doing one of my most favorite things, sharing sacred, holy, Guatemalan, heart opening chocolate. And of course, the stars. So, there's an interesting aspect today I want to touch on, and then I want to tell you what we're doing today. I have 3 decks that really wanted to be here, doing a full moon card pull to help you prepare for this partial lunar eclipse. And full moon that is on Tuesday. So yeah, we're going to pull from these 3 decks. I'll introduce them as I pull from them and share with you what they are, and then we'll pull a card for each of us collectively from each deck, I should say, collectively, and then we will see what else flows. So the other aspect I wanted to mention for today and tomorrow is coming from the pattern, the app, the pattern. And if you haven't downloaded the pattern, I really suggest you do. The free content that they offer is incredible. But furthermore, if you end up going for the purchase content, it has been one of the best app purchases I've made, hands down. So there's an aspect happening, Pluto conjunct the moon. So a conjunction is where 2 planets join, they hold hands, they sync up. They're within a couple degrees of each other. So I'll read you the snippet from the pattern. It says, today there's an energy that might be stirring up your emotions. September 14th, Pluto, the planet of transformation, the underworld, death, and rebirth, aligned with the moon in the sign of Capricorn. The intention of this time is change and renewal. This could be the moment where you finally experience a breakthrough, but there could be a strong feeling of tension leading up to it. And this aspect could last for us a couple days. That's why I'm sharing it with you. So something to be mindful of, something to notice. Capricorn is the old, Aquarius is the new. And as you know, if you've been listening to any kind of astrology, all the rage has been Pluto transforming itself from Capricorn, the old, into Aquarius, the new. And this is the zeitgeist of our time. It is a very pivotal transformation our souls signed up to be a part of. This aspect, this shift of the torch, I should say, happens only every 300-ish years, give or take. So it's big, it's huge. So we get to live and do that and help the earth do that and help the world do that and be a part of the new. So food for thought there. I'm checking my dates to see if there's anything else worth mentioning. I think that's pretty good. This is the planner, The Magic of I. Let's see if I can get that nice reflection there. It is so pretty. So pretty. And the color of the year for next year is like this beautiful blue velvet. It's one of the most challenging things with this planner is what color to pick, but they're beautiful gold foiled leaf pages, and I'm a huge fan. It will detail out the aspects for the month, for the year. It gives affirmations. It has a month layout and will tell you the aspects for the day, and then it'll break down there. You can see day by day. Can write in what you have going on, and it'll remind you when the moon phases are happening. And then in the beginning, it has awesome teaching chapters that tell you what it means to be a Gemini, what the houses are, what the planets are, the different phases of the moon. And so it's very beautiful. The affirmation for the full moon in Pisces is I release any illusions that thwart my evolution. I am accepting of my divine place in the world. And that is so gorgeous. I'll include that in the caption because I just want you to be able to read it and see it and have it and mantra it. The other thing I will say, as our moon is finishing its final waxing phase, as it's growing in light and illumination and size, as we are leading up to that full moon on Tuesday, it's a great time to push towards your goals. Check back in with the new moon. New moon was on, I don't have the dates right off the top of my head, September 2nd, new moon in Virgo. Check back in with any intentions you had around that time. If you were specific about it, awesome. If you weren't, you can just look at your photos, look at your text, look at your call log, get a pulse for what you were doing around that time, and check back in. What was the energy like? What were you wanting? What were you desiring? What were you looking to shift and move in your world? And as we're getting closer to this full moon, get a pulse on where you're at. Are you close to that? Are you making an effort? Are you in any sort of alignment that is setting you up for a trajectory to achieve that? If not, it's okay. The full moon can also be a great time to check in and prepare to hit that 6 month mark. So in 6 months, we will have a corresponding Virgo full moon that syncs up with that Virgo new moon we had September 2nd. So you can maybe aim for that if it's a big goal and you haven't made much progress on it. Keep the hope, keep the faith. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let's get into our 3 decks. So I will be reading from, yeah, my hand's on it. Let's do this. Kyle Gray's deck. This is Angels and Ancestors. All of these are oracle decks. For me, what that means is they have beautiful images, pictures, usually pretty brief descriptions. And they are cards that I use as a pulse. They take the pulse on where you're at. They give a vibe check. Okay, so pulling around this full moon, what is it that needs to be revealed to us? What is this moon's brightness and energy showing us? What are we needing to have illuminated as a collective? Yeah, right there. Oh, 2. Okay, go for it. Perfect. Out of here, get myself organized. Ah, beautiful. Okay. So we have the Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Excuse me. Very Virgo. Beautiful Virgo card. And then we have the Knight, be brave and honest. Wow. So stay rooted and grounded, be brave and honest. Love the images on these too. I'll give us little nuggets from both and we will move on. This deck is so special to me. I love this deck. I received it almost 5 years ago now when I went to London, and it's actually signed by Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray is a wonderful guide and teacher, and I would highly suggest his work. Check him out. He's got some beautiful oracle decks, books, talks. I love his YouTube channel. Amazing leader, awesome Scottish accent. Yeah, beautiful soul. Okay, let me go ahead and look up the Knight too while I'm at it, and then we will just read. There we go. Okay. 96, 98, and 46. Okay. Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Message, take time to connect deeply with the energy of the earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. Wow, lots of strength coming up. The Earth Guardian represents the angels of Earth who bring the medicine of feeling grounded and strong. They are the protectors of the land and the planet and can help you connect with your mission here and how you can support the evolution of the planet. The Earth Guardian on the card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental who is non binary, showing that they are a divine being without a human gender. Their staff, adorned with a dream catcher, shows they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams into reality. Can we think of a more Pisces times Virgo energy? The dreamer, the mystic, the artist, Pisces, the doer, the organizer, the boss, the CEO, Virgo. I mean, just awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, cool. I like that. The Knight. Do the right thing, even if it isn't the easiest option. Stand for what you know to be right and true. The Knight is a knight in shining armor, dedicated to the crown that his sword defends. In this sense, he is the protector of the Holy Grail, and therefore of your spiritual growth and expansion. He represents the warrior in you. Whether you are male or female, that energy is within you. His sword and armor show he is courageous and strong, but if you look closely, you will see he has a tear running down his face, showing his willingness to be vulnerable and his love for what he protects. The energy of respect is important right now. You are being encouraged to figure out what is important to you and what you stand for. If you are in a space where there's opposition, you are being guided to follow through with integrity, because even if it seems this will slow your progress, your rewards will be much more abundant. You are being surrounded by light and by a light of bravery to help you. This card also brings justice. If you are longing for justice, please know that the universal energies are working to bring everything back into order and that you don't need to force anything through your will. If you have made any mistakes recently, it's important to take ownership of them so that you can align yourself with improving the situation. If you are feeling the need to defend your spiritual path at this time, back down and let it protect you. Thank you, Knight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stunning. Stunning energy. Thank you, cards. Wow. Just beautiful. Beautiful. So next we will, I'm just going to clear the cards here with some sage. And next we will pull from the Carolyn Mays, another incredible teacher. I'm a huge fan of her talks. She inspires me as a teacher, as an educator, as a healer. A lot of her work began as medical intuitive. Then she began teaching and working with archetypes in particular. So the deck we will be pulling from is her archetype card. So we will pull the archetype that we are wanting to be illuminated for this full moon. This is a big ass deck. And I usually don't have issues shuffling, but this deck always, look at that. It's just, and I'm 5'10" almost. I'm 5'9" and 3/4, so I'm almost 5'10". I have very big hands and long fingers, and this deck is huge. So it's the one deck that actually makes me feel like I have small hands. So, what archetype do we need illuminated for this full moon? What would you have us know? What would you reveal to us? What is most important? Show us, guide us. We are listening. We are open. Okay, let us pull. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Warrior. There's the card. I will read. Warrior. Light attributes, shadow attributes. That's how the archetypes are broken down. Light attributes, strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroicism, stoicism, and self-sacrificing, conquering the ego. Shadow attributes, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Great things to be aware of, especially I'm thinking of our knight we just pulled. They seem to go very well together. Let's see. I'm going to pull it up in the book. Okay. The soldier, crime fighter, Amazon, mercenary, gunslinger, samurai. Those are archetypes of the warrior. Represents physical strength and the ability to protect and fight for your rights. Linked to invincibility, loyalty, and the passage from boyhood to manhood. Can also be female, as in legendary Amazon tribe of warrior women, and has emerged once again through women who liberate and protect others who need representation. Mercenary and soldier of fortune are variations on the hired killers who sells his power with complete disregard for the cause. Gunslinger and samurai appeal to your fantasies of independence and self-defense, yet they also carry the historic weight of predatory evil. In their favorable in their favorable aspect, they all warn you when you're in danger of aligning your might with an unjust or purely self-interested cause. The spiritual warrior pioneered by Dan Millman, Koingen Trungpa, and others directs you to use the classic warrior virtues of heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice for conquering the ego and gaining control of the inner realm. Nice. Shadow warrior distorts or abandons ethical principles in the name of victory at any cost. Look for a lifetime commitment to courageous battle whenever and wherever necessary. Awesome. Awesome. Warrior, warrior, warrior. Got the warrior, the knight, earth guardian. Last and final deck we will pull from is with a gift from a dear friend and client, Kelly. She gave me this deck a while ago, and I use it on very special occasions. And to me today, nothing felt more Pisces. Look at this. I mean, already the color palette is giving mermaid, ethereal, fairy. Yeah, all the Piscean energy. Third eye, crown, chakra. So, let's clear the decks also. I just remembered. Get me some sage here. I love to clear the decks mostly when I feel called, but that's typically before or after I'll do a reading, especially if it's for another, because these are my personal decks, so I don't always clear them when I use them for myself. They're mine, and the last energy that was on them was mine, typically, but we're doing a collective pool, and I'm really wanting this to be for the collective, beyond me. It's my intention. Oh, what would you have us know? Hidden worlds. Show us we are listening, we are open. What's the final key you would have us know? There it is, right on the bottom. Oh, they all make me smile, don't they? The Light Priestess, galactic wisdom, cosmic ritual. Oh, look at the priestess. Can you see her? Kinda. Just stunning. She is actually the cover model. So you can see the cover art is the same. It's so cool. Okay, before you is a temple, a gateway to the realms of light, and it is broken. It is being restored, rebuilt with every moment that you give to your own restoration and well being. As you do this, likewise, this temple will be restored by the Light Priestess, she who weaves the rays and brings back to us the codes of our origins. All you need to do is focus on the light within you and without you. Spend time within the light, the sunlight pouring through your own energetic gateways, the moonlight healing, cleansing, reassembling every cell. The light priestess will ensure you receive the light that will reignite the cosmic fires within you and restore all that seems broken and in disrepair. She builds the temple of the spirit. And as you build yours, the temple she safeguards will be repieced until it once again is the gateway for the people of this earth to understand their place in the cosmos. Observe the subtle light all about you, the play of light on water, the reflections of windows, the prisms and lanterns and rays that imbue our world with wonder and messages from the depths of the universe. Allow the planets to connect with you. Re-engage with your starry self, your cosmic being, your eternal essence that is the light from 1,000 stars. You are a temple, and you are restoring the gates between the worlds with every offering you make to your own well being, to your own spirit. Here's an illumination for you. Star-born one, your temple is not broken. It is being rewoven from the 1,000 lights of the faraway worlds you once were a part of. Live this life, but in this moment, remember your origins, and the divine path will take you home. That was such a gentle, feminine note to end on. My iced matcha from Starbucks. Yes, beautiful. I watched the TV yesterday, which is a rare occasion for me, if you know me. I think the last time my TV in my home was turned on was in January. And I was watching a movie with my mom, and it was about, I'll get the title for you guys. It was about pre-birth communication with souls, unborn souls. And um, the woman who had written several books on this and had received stories written from all over the globe about people's experiences with babies pre-birth. Um, in that movie, they talked about our descension, our our spirit becoming mortal. And there's several terms they use that I've really loved about it, but our descension, it was just really interesting to think about spirit coming down, if you will, but shrinking down into this human vessel, and us agreeing to forget everything and just let us go into the experience not knowing. And then here we are, us on this journey. You're watching this, you're on this journey with me. We're trying to remember. Like, remind us, we're looking for all these tools and cards and stars, and like show us where we came from, remind us that there's a bigger zoomed out purpose. And that's what they said in the show, is exactly what this card is reminding me of the light. And oftentimes you'll see beings, especially in their 50s and 60s, and as we get older and further from that conception of light, when you look at a baby and when you look at someone who's 60, there's typically just on a general, maybe over generalization statement, that the baby has light and sparkles and excitement, and there's just freshness to it. And I mean, you just see it, you feel it, you know it, you smile witnessing them. Whether they're smiling or not, they could be crying, and you're like, oh, bless them. And then a 60-year-old, you see a grumpy 60-year-old, just it's just it's usually a lackluster energy, and perhaps you hear them complaining. Um, I've met quite a few older beings that seem to have really forgotten their light. And so that's what this card is asking. Bring the light into you. Remember where you came from. Yes, you signed up for this density that also has so much pleasure in it. Get to witness the way this feels, the way this shines, the way a lover's touch feels, the way my mother's embraces, the way food feels moving down my body and in my belly and on my tongue. And all of that, all of those sensations of density, and we are appreciative of it for those in those moments. And then when we hurt, and when we are hurting, or when we're sick and not well, we're not grateful for it. And so we forget that this is all just a part of our experience we signed up for. So bringing that light, even just focusing on that word, I think is such a great intention for this Pisces full moon. Just let yourself be in the moonlight shining on you, and then the sunshine as well, and let those light codes come into you and remind you who you are, why you're here. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow.